Hey friends, I'm Jimmy Gaddis. Welcome to Nostalgic. You are about to get up close and personal with some of my favorite bears. Real ones and digital. Yeah, we're mixing it up. As you may or may not know just yet, I'm based in Alaska, and that's why Nostalgic is spelled with an AK at the end. Part of this channel's mission is to help promote this great state. That said, in this video, I'm gonna share my most epic Alaska experience to date with you. Some bear watching that I did. Not from a plane, not a football field away with binoculars. We're talking 15 feet, no weapons for self-defense, no barriers, no escape. Then, once the mood has been set with the real bears, we're gonna count down the top 5 video game bears of the 80s and the 90s. Yeah, it's a bear spectacular. Now, I don't know why you would, but if you want to skip the real bears and get right to the video game versions because you can barely wait, you can jump to this time right here. Quick backstory. What you're about to see took place during my previous life as a news anchor. So this is the actual story that I put together and aired on the morning show that I co-anchored called Daybreak, which broadcast out of Anchorage, Alaska on KTVA. That said, time warp, take us back to Hallo Bay Bear Camp on the beaches of Katmai National Park.
As the sun breaks through the early morning clouds, you sense you're somewhere special. Walking along the beach, we start to get anxious about what's to come. These tracks deep in the sand.
You guys are interested in seeing cubs? Are you sure? The cute little cuddly things, you actually want to see them?
Only if we can hold them.
No.
Then off in the distance, what we came for, an enormous brown bear and her 2 cubs. Searching out clams, they inch ever so closer, unthreatening, even playful.
He was keeping eyes on us.
He wanted an audience.
He did. He was showing off. He's a little show off out there.
Moments later, now just 15 feet away. Cute turns to caution. While I hold steady on the front line to get that shot, Megan creeps her way to the back.
Good girl, mama.
Just in case. But our guide Lance says he doesn't need a weapon or bear spray. In fact, he doesn't carry either. Instead, he relies on his familiar voice to settle Mama down.
Good girl. Good girl. No. 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 Just that nice, low tone, the soft tone. And she perked her head up a couple times listening. And at those times when she was coming close, and I did that, she stopped and started walking a different direction.
And it's not just the bears that are impressive, it's also what they leave behind. Take a look at this beach, hundreds of holes, and that's from Mama Bear, who's been digging up these clams all morning for herself and her cubs. Some research shows she'll dig up about 2,000 pounds of sand a day just looking for them.
They're pretty delicate about it. They can just, with the one little flick of the claw, break the clamshell right open, and then they just kind of suck and grab the meat right out.
It's spiritual, you know, to just see this. It's, you know,
It's tough to put into words, huh?
yeah, this is where God comes to chill.
Bears in their unspoiled habitat. While it's the ultimate photo op, we make sure to sit back, take a breath, and enjoy with our own eyes. Only in Alaska.
Where God comes to chill. Could not have said it any better. My co-anchor Megan and I also dispelled a very specific myth about bears that another news team reported inaccurately.
Somewhere that their periods attract bears. The bears can smell the menstruation.
Well, that's just great. You hear that, Ed? Bears. Now you're putting the whole station in jeopardy.
Another myth is with females that come out here during that time of the month. That's a huge myth. People say, well, you can't go hiking if that's totally fake. Do not believe that. I mean, I've been doing this for 14 years, so, and I've been doing fine.
Now you know. Link in the description to my photography page if you want to see more of those bear pictures or maybe some shots from the Iditarod. Yeah, get inspired and get on up here to Alaska for a visit. Now for some 8 and 16 and 32 and 64-bit bears. Yeah, bears that we have full control over to do a lot more than clamming and searching for salmon. Here are my top 5 video game bears of the 80s and the 90s.
Number 5.
You can find this unnamed bear in the 1983 Atari game Eggomania by US Games. As you can see, he's very blue. basically a clone of Kaboom. According to the instructions, a strangely colored feathered fowl is bent on bombing your bedeviled blue bear with dozens of even stranger colored eggs. Your only defense is catching those falling orbs in your hat before they break and cause a real mess. If you succeed in catching an entire wave, you get the delightful opportunity to get even and fire them back at that turkey. You'll be dazzled by his reaction. So go after that bird if you can bear the pressure. Otherwise, the yoke's on you. And while he's not that impressive on screen, it is Atari. This blue bear could be anything. I really dig him on the cover art, where he truly comes to life.
Number 4.
Bentley Bear. We're staying in 1983 with a game you often see in the background of my videos on the arcade 1-up cabinet. That would be Crystal Castles. It's on right now. Yeah, in this Atari arcade classic, you play as Bentley Bear, who dons a yellow and red sun and moon wizard hat and a sweet red belt with the letter B buckle. You use the off-white trackball and jump button to move Bentley around this fast-paced adventure as you collect gems, navigate mazes, and avoid walking trees, dancing skeletons, witches, and ghosts, to name a few. And you know, he's a bear, so of course there's some honey to eat along the way. Crystal Castles was one of the first arcade games with an actual ending. If you never played, you might have noticed Bentley make a cameo in Wreck-It Ralph.
Number 3.
Making a bit of a time jump to 1994, the number 3 bear on our list is Kuma from Tekken, which I'm pretty sure was the first PlayStation game I ever owned. Kuma is the Japanese word for bear, so it literally means bear. He's primarily a brown bear, although his alternate, we'll call it outfit, is white fur, giving him more of a polar bear appearance like we've got living here in Arctic Alaska. I'm not well versed on the Tekken storyline, like at all, but I can say I thoroughly enjoyed the option of playing as a giant, powerful bear that could beat you at brute strength, whether with his bear hug, bear hammer, pancake press, or double claw attack.
Perfect. Number 2.
I was in college by now, so it's a bit of a nostalgic stretch to include something from 1998, but we're doing it. Number 2 is that lovable, sweet-natured honey bear, Banjo, from Banjo-Kazooie on the Nintendo 64. Kazooie, of course, is his feathered sidekick who lives in Banjo's backpack. The blue-eyed Banjo has a beige belly and wears a pair of yellow shorts with a black belt. Around his neck is his signature shark tooth necklace. Banjo actually made his first appearance in Diddy Kong Racing a year prior, 1997.
I'm Banjo! Whoa!
As Rare, the video game company which made the game, was hoping to warm gamers up to his likeness.
Number 1.
The Werebear in Altered Beast. This arcade hit by Sega went on to become the first pack-in game for the Sega Genesis.
Rise from your grave.
In this side-scrolling beat-em-up, you play as an unnamed centurion who needs to save Athena from the demon god Neph. Along the way, you collect spirit orbs so you can temporarily shapeshift or alter yourself into different beasts. One of which was, according to the manual, the crafty and careful Werebear. Once transformed inside the deep caverns of round 3, you hit the A button for bear breath, which turns your enemies to stone, while the B button does the deadly body spin. Now, playing as the Werebear is cool and all, but it's really those transformation scenes that always delivered a massive jolt of nostalgia when I see them. And the Werebear has always been my absolute favorite. So which bears would have made your top 5? Maybe Polar, the polar bear in Crash Bandicoot? Yogi Bear on the Super Nintendo? Or how about Baloo and Tailspin on the NES? Let me know in the comments. And give this video a like to help get it in front of more people just like you. And of course, subscribe for more content that's going to make you feel nostalgic for the toys and games you grew up with, along with a personal peek inside Alaska. And if you want more Alaska with some Star Wars and beer included, I'm going to recommend this video right here. I'm Jimmy Gaddis. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.
I have a blue house with a blue